Hey everybody, this is Jeff. That is just out and about over there. I'm going to pull up our stream. It's just us right now because the stream just started. But come on in, smash the like button. We've got Dawn and Cathy and Todd in the house.
Everybody.
Who wants to say hi first?
Todd and Cathy. Hey.
How are you guys tonight?
Doing good. How about you?
Spectacular. Happy Easter. Thanks for doing this on Easter.
Happy Easter. Thanks for having us.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm pulling up the chat on my end here. So if you're looking at me, look at other screens. That's why. If I'm making funny faces, it's because I'm hitting the wrong buttons. But Steve World is in the house. John is in the house. Welcome in, guys. Everybody, first of all, to my guests and to everybody in chat now and everybody who will be in chat soon. Thank you so much for being here on Easter Day. I appreciate you guys being here very much. Who did something fun for Easter? Let's start with that. That's a good place to start. Did you guys do something fun for Easter?
Dawn.
Well, I went to the Science Center in Greensboro, North Carolina. So I did some vlogging up there. So I'm trying to put together something for there. Other than that, we had an adulting weekend. I think all three of us.
Nice. Now you said a science center. I love science centers. One of my 4 daughters, if we tell her there's a science center in town, we have to go to it. You guys are in North Carolina, is that right?
Yes.
That's what I thought. And yes.
I'm near Greensboro, and Cathy and Todd's near Charlotte. So we're still about an hour and a half apart for us.
Oh, really? See, I just assumed you guys were neighbors or whatever.
No, we're a little bit apart.
Unfortunately not.
So that's a great segue then. How did you guys bring your channel is about fun. It's about venture. Adventure is the word you guys use. You two clearly are fun together and you hit it off and your buddies. Tell me the genesis story of your channel, pretty please.
Well, me being the social butterfly, as Todd and Cathy like to call me, we were actually, my son and I, Tyler, we were in line for the Fury 325 at our home place, Carowinds. What, Cathy, about 3 years ago now? I think it was about 3 years ago, Easter weekend or something like that. And Brandon and Cathy were behind Tyler and I in line for the Fury, and they were talking about the Hulk in Orlando. So I butted in. And we've been talking ever since and hanging out and vacationing together.
Dawn, I love that. You know, early on in my children's lives, they had to get used to me talking to everyone. And if someone was just so lucky to be in line next to me and my family, I'm going to find out if they're my next best friend. And usually they're not. But so I totally can relate to that.
Yeah.
So how did it turn into? No, I'm sorry, buddy. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, yeah, we just all found out that we had a lot in common and had a love for theme parks and Disney and Universal. Mm-hmm. And it just took off from there. And, you know, it's great. We love doing adventures together, doing different things. We try to also adventure outside of, just the theme parks and do a little bit of different adventures than what you normally see.
Yeah.
Well, this Carowinds, am I saying that right? Carowinds?
Yeah.
It's got to be near one of you or in the middle between you two. I mean, that seems like that's where you go. Well, tell me about Carowinds.
Well, it's much closer to Todd and Cathy. I've still got an hour and a half drive to Carowinds. But I grew up going there. So I think we all kind of grew up going there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Carowinds is our home park. I've been going there ever since I was, a small boy. And I actually went there opening day when Carowinds first opened. It was raining. My parents turned the car around and said, "We're sorry, we'll have to come back later." And of course, I cried all the way home. But yeah.
Hey, kid, we're bringing it here. Nope, you saw it. You're out of here. Never mind. That couldn't have been a good drive home.
I don't think I remember quite that early, Todd.
Yeah, I think it
I was a toddler.
right?
I do remember. I need to dig out some pictures, but I was a toddler when we started going there. So.
Wow. That's so cool.
Many things have changed, and Carowinds is really, up and coming park right now. We love it. We're so proud of it. They introduce something new every year. It's exciting.
How big is it compared to? Well, so I've got Six Flags Arlington right down the road from my house, and we had passes. We gave them. Well, I don't know if we have passes now or not, but we never go because we're saving up for Disney. But
right,
how big is it compared to a park that me and people in the chat might know about?
Dawn, how would you compare it to Six Flags over Georgia?
I mean, compared to Six Flags over Georgia, I would say it's about because to me, Six Flags over Georgia isn't a huge park,
right?
And so I think it would probably, just guessing, be comparable to a Six Flags. We're visiting 2 more Six Flags parks next month. Tyler and I are, so I'll be able to tell. But I mean, it's a pretty good sized park. Carowinds is, and they keep expanding too. So.
Yeah, I would say so too, and it's packed with some really good rides, and of course, a very nice water park as well.
Yeah. Right.
Apparently, they've got some pretty good coasters. Whose stream was I on? I don't remember now. So I was on somebody's stream last weekend, and you guys were there, and you guys were riding some. Remind me now. What am I talking about? Was there a new coaster? I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, Road Trip Dave, maybe.
Yeah, were you in Road Trip Dave?
Yes. That's what it was. That was going to drive me crazy. Yeah.
Road Trip Dave went and he was doing his live stream, but Cathy
so
and I were there for a minute, and we stayed late.
Yeah, I think I told you already, but for everybody else, he was videoing the coaster going by, and he yelled at you guys like you were really there on that ride. It was very funny. I enjoyed it. It made me happy.
I went back and watched the replay. I heard him say, "Hey, just at Dawn Cathy, just out and about." So
exactly. So what made you guys do one channel? Because the logistics of getting a live stream on twice a week and doing my daily vlogs and all the stuff I do, it's fun, but it's a lot. I don't have to ask anybody for permission. I don't have to ask anybody about what their schedule is. I can't imagine having somebody telling me, how do you guys do it? Is this easier? Are you guys onto something that we don't know? Tell me.
It's about friendship.
Yeah. We never have any problems with any scheduling or
really.
I'll send Cathy. And really, it's honestly been a huge help because between me, Cathy, and Todd, we try to answer all comments. And
that would be nice to have a help with that. That makes sense, right there.
So kind of sometimes if Cathy's busy at work, I can be like, hey, I'll grab, we'll get the comments. So, I mean, we've done, it's helped, I think. And then we decided, we knew we wanted more content. So between the 2 families being able to travel more often, whether we're together or separate, we could just have a lot more content.
That makes a lot of sense the way you say that. I love that. So I'm a family-friendly channel. I love family-friendly channels. You guys are 2 families. You're 2 family-friendly channels. And I love that. I mean, that might have been one of the first things I noticed about you guys. I think it was. And then you make a great point about the comments. There's so many things. And as you get bigger, and you guys just passed 1,000, right? Didn't I see that? You're like, almost 1,100 now.
We did.
Congratulations. Yeah. That's awesome.
Thank you.
And I'll tell you what, though, it's just starting because it goes up exponentially. You guys know this, right? I mean, you got a lot of good comments on your channel. I was just checking out your channel again, and I've watched you guys for a while. And you're on Instagram and you're on Twitter. Where else? I've got the links in the description. But where else do you guys like to post your content?
We're trying a little bit on Facebook right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
I threw the Facebook link in there, but I don't go on Facebook very often. So do you find some good interaction over there?
No. To be honest, no, but we're trying.
Yeah, I think we're trying some different things on Facebook. Yeah, to boost that.
Yeah.
So
some short videos. I think we're trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
We've done one. I think we've got another one we might do here shortly.
Yeah.
So
yeah, we're working on Facebook.
Yeah.
Stuff I read is there's so big numbers on Facebook. I don't like it mostly because I find it toxic, but everybody's there. Everybody's there. So I commend you for that. I think that what I do on YouTube and then I try to do Instagram, you know, I would say for me it's like 99% YouTube and then like 75% of 1% on Instagram and all the rest of crumbs here. And I need to do a better job of that. I mean, you guys, you're putting out a lot of stuff. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same for us.
Well, and like I said, it does help. You know, we just decided to do the channel together, and it's been a lot of help. We usually, I don't think we've ever had a conflict on something of what we're doing this day or that day, and we have a little group message, and sometimes Todd will send and say, "I've got the post today."
Yeah,
that's an idea. You know, we don't. Not just one of us have to come up with that idea of something to post for the day.
Even though we're apart
daily.
Yeah, even though we're apart, we do communicate and try to make it happen and show new things. We like to do a different post every day at a different park. We've been to several parks, so yeah, we like to get that content out there, definitely. And we're always looking for new content.
I love it. Well, I was just looking at some of your stuff recently. You were at Skipper Canteen. I love the Jungle Cruise. I've not done Skipper Canteen, and I feel like I'm like bad, like I should be punished. Tell me about that, and then I want to talk about Disney pins too, because you had one of those maybe a couple weeks ago.
Right.
But well, tell me about let's do it this way. How do you determine what you want to put on there? And at some point, I'm going to ask you about Skipper Canteen because I just want to hear about it.
Okay, so it's sort of we just go with what plans we've made. Like we had already booked the Skipper Canteen, and like we said in our video, it was one of those restaurants that we just kept putting off because the menu is so different.
The menu was very different, but we were wanting to try it because we knew that there's a lot of people, like you and like us out there that, they're interested in the food,
right.
To hear about, what's offered and do you like it? Is it worth going? So that's
part of our opinion, but we sort of just go with what have we planned to do, and let's review.
I love it.
Let's do what people would want to know about.
Exactly, something different.
I love that.
You try to go for cutting edge. You don't want to go with the normal restaurants that people normally go to. Usually that's what pulls in more interest. So that's the whole reason behind Skipper Canteen.
Yeah, and we knew that Skipper Canteen was kind of controversial, maybe
and pricey.
Yeah.
So, I need to know that.
Review.
Yeah.
So how controversial? I must know.
Just the menu. No, it's not controversial. It's just their menu is very different.
Very different.
Yeah.
So it won't. There's a lot of people that go to Magic Kingdom, of course, that have small children. So they look at the menu there and they're thinking, well, maybe not, and the prices.
Yeah.
But we were very pleasantly surprised, by the menu and by the interaction with cast members. I had no idea.
That part was great.
Yeah, I had no idea that the cast members, the waiters and waitresses, cast members, were going to interact with you as they do when you're on the Jungle Cruise. So
and we even had one joke. Just at first, it just went over our head because we weren't expecting it. And I was like, "Oh, wait a minute, I got that!" And she turned around, she was walking off, and she turned around and started laughing.
Yeah, exactly.
That's awesome.
But
Disney Dan and I were talking about that just yesterday on his stream. We were talking about Adventureland and we were talking about Skipper Canteen, and apparently it's all the best parts of the Jungle Cruise, and then they feed you too. So I have to go.
It's at least a 1.
I'm hungry right now,
One.
so now I'm in trouble. Welcome in Miguel Benitez from Disney Life for Me. Their channel will be, I'm assuming it's Easter. I'm assuming you're going live, Miguel, right after this. I generally go on when the guest wants, but not during Disney Life for Me's trivia. But that's one of the more fun hours on YouTube every week. Boy, that sentence didn't want to come out very good. Whatever. Miguel, I'm glad you're here. So glad you're here. And ATGAH and Chris from DWA, welcome in, everybody. We're talking to our friends at Just Out and About. They are based in North Carolina. They are a Disney Channel and I would call them amusement park fun channel. You know what? Why am I calling you guys? And why don't I ask you what you guys call you? I mean, I consider you Disney creators. That doesn't mean you can't do other things. Do you consider yourself Disney creators? How do you describe yourself?
Oh, that's kind of hard.
I hate easy questions.
We're just a little bit of everything.
A theme park.
Yeah.
I
There you
definitely,
go.
yeah, I say a theme park channel. It's usually when somebody asks us, we have some different stuff on there. Just like I went to the Science Center today and I'll be working on that.
Love it.
Eventually. But I mean, primarily theme parks, but we knew as much as we all love Disney, we also knew that we wanted to not just be Disney.
Concentrate, right.
Because we were so close to Carowinds and everything else. So we kind of had to, we wanted to think about, when we come up with Just Out and About, we thought and thought and thought. I thought about theme park names. And I'm like, well, Cathy and I talked and I said, but that then limits us to theme parks. So I actually threw a live stream on, what was it, Cathy, 2 weeks ago when we were in Atlanta. And it's done rather well, but it was Tyler drag racing because he drag races on, you know, he goes to drag races. And I told Cathy, I said, well, I hope this doesn't lose people doing this. But, you know, a lot of people on our channel has gotten to know Tyler too. So I thought, well, you know, it's Tyler in a race and he won. So we had a lot of support from that, I think, on the live stream that day. So, you know, that was kind of a test of if we're not at the theme park, you know, is it okay to put something else on the channel? So,
you know, it's funny. I have a strong opinion. Let me say hi to some people. Tom does Disney. I loved your premiere, buddy. I didn't get to stay for as long as I wanted, but I'll go back and watch it. Tom does some great vlogs. You got to check it out.
Okay.
Long form, really good stuff. Miguel, I think I said hi to already. Rosa's in the house, one of my great mods. Thanks for being here, Rosa. So I'm gonna dive into that. That's interesting that you guys say that. I hear people who I very much respect on YouTube say to get a niche and to get it really, really small. And I can see why at the beginning you need to, because the ocean of YouTube is so big. How are you going to get noticed, right? But for me, here's how I look at it. So I like Disney, and so the circle is Disney. And then I like baseball, and I like my wife, and I like bacon, and I like all the things I like. And I'm going to talk about the things I like. And in the middle is you. Well, it's me, for me, or for you guys, it's you. And the truth is, I'm going to go to your channel to check out whatever your title, whatever your thumbnail made me notice, or maybe I met you in a live stream or however we meet, right? But then I'm going to become a fan or not fan of you. And so if you're going to something racing, I'm going to watch because it's you guys, right? And I believe in that deeply. I'm a very Gary V kind of guy on that. And it's about marketing. It's not even marketing you. It's marketing what you love, because here's what I know. I want to be talking here's why I started my YouTube channel. I wanted to talk more about things I loved. Not that I mean, I love my work life, but you know, I've got members of the board of directors, and I don't think any of them are in the stream, but if you're here, you guys drive me crazy sometimes. And so I always want to talk about things I love and build a community and get to know people like you guys. And if I'm posting things that I want to get views, I mean, don't get me wrong, I want views, but I'm not going to post something just because I think it's going to work if I don't care about it. Because first of all, I'm not that good of an actor, and I would bore myself. You guys are you, and you're fun, and that's what attracted me to your guys' channel. Does that make any sense? I don't even know why I'm yammering about that.
Yes, it does. That pretty much, yeah, that's pretty much the way we are too. We don't do anything if we know we're not going to enjoy it. We just enjoy having fun, you know, and just being just out and about. I mean,
Right.
going to different places.
See what you did there. That was good.
You know, it's all good.
I love it. I like your guys' attitude. Well, and it also, Gary Vee also says, and I agree with this deeply, it's not about creating, although we create stuff. You create stuff, I create stuff. It's about documenting. And for me, I watch you guys documenting you guys having adventures.
Right.
I document me having fun with my kids, or, I mean, I don't care about the Descendants, but I did a video about the Descendants today because my daughter is really into it. And so
Right.
I don't know. I think it comes out that you guys are having a good time. Hey, the Crazy Pop, how are you? Welcome in. Hey, Nathan, how are you? Welcome in.
Hey,
So
yeah, I told the Crazy Pop to be sure. I messaged him today and I said, hey, we're going to be on Dole Whip Day.
I love it.
Tonight at
I
7,
love
so
it.
I might be there.
On Easter evening too. I love it. As I told you guys, for the people in the chat, I told our guests I had no idea if we were going to have bigger numbers or smaller numbers. I'm still not sure. I mean, I think we're probably doing fine. But if you're spending an hour of your time on Easter with us today, guys, thank you so much. And again, to you guys, thank you guys for being here.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
So your favorite park, is your favorite park the local park?
Mm,
I've never had 3 people. This is kind of fun.
the local park is our home park, you know, which we love Carowinds, but we love to adventure beyond, you know, of course. We love to go to, you know, Busch Gardens, Dollywood, in Pigeon Gorge, and of course, Disney, which, oh my God, you know, Disney is very close to my heart because I've been going there ever since I was a small boy, and of course, Universal Studios. Dawn and Tyler are getting ready to take an exciting trip to some amusement parks up north coming this summer. So, Dawn, you may want to.
We are. Check us out. We're gonna. We might try to do some live streams along the way, but we're starting out in Hershey at Hershey Park. We're going to Knoebels, which is more of a private. I usually don't do a lot of private parks, but I've heard a lot about Knoebels. So we're going to Knoebels. We're going to Dorney Park, which is another Cedar Fair, a sister park basically of Carowinds. We are going to Six Flags in New Jersey, that's Six Flags Great Adventure. And then we are going, go back in there. We're going to Six Flags America in Maryland, and we're going to end up going to Water Country, which is one of our favorite water parks at Busch Gardens. And then Cathy and Todd are supposed to meet up with us for an ACE event.
Tyler.
Hey, Tyler.
Tyler's in the house now. We'll shut the door back. And
Tyler.
we're doing an ACE, which is we're members of America Coaster. I can't even talk now.
Enthusiast.
Yes, American Coaster Enthusiast. And they are doing at Busch Gardens on June 1st, so we're going to end up there in Williamsburg.
So we had Bill. We had Bill, Mr. Coaster 1. Boy, I hope I'm saying it right. One of my early shows. I'm pretty sure that's his group, isn't it? Do you guys know him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mr. Yeah, we do. But yeah, there's a lot of people in ACE, and that's what we've been doing. Some of the events. The event that Cathy and I did at Carowinds last week was the coaster crew, but they'll usually open the park. Either you'll get some exclusive ride time in the morning, like an hour before the park opens, and then they will keep one coaster open, like they did the Fury last week for 1 hour, and I made it 11 times.
Wow.
11 times within 1 hour on the Fury, because some of the times we didn't even have to get off. We just kept riding.
That's my dream.
Those events. But yeah, that's definitely going to give us about 5 new parks that we've never been to.
That's awesome. So I remember I said this on that evening stream. We were, oh boy, maybe 6 months ago. I don't really remember. We were at in Arlington here at oh my gosh, Six Flags. And there was clearly an event because everybody but me and my family had on a coaster group shirt and cool, and I felt jealous, and I felt like I was out of the loop. So that just sounds fun.
If you were at
We
a
need to do
city, then they probably have a lot of events there too. So.
They clearly do. I meant to look into it. I haven't, honestly. Brandy and Dave in the house. Hey guys, how are you? Really appreciate you spending a little bit of your Easter with you. So normally I ask people about Disney things, and I probably will do that, but feel free to answer it outside of Disney. And see, okay, so I'm a Disney guy. I love amusement parks, but I'm a Disney guy, and it's mostly about budget. I just can't.
Right.
I'm not Steve Jobs. I mean, we're not poor, but we ain't rich. That's for dang sure. So
Exactly.
I can only spend my money where I can spend it. So I choose to just stay at Disney. So, but if I ask you your favorite ride or your favorite food or your favorite whatever, and it's not Disney, let me know. And let's start with, maybe it's a coaster. What's your favorite ride? And this is question times 3. So I'm going to need 3 answers. And if they're all the same, I'm going to call you guys cheaters.
Oh. Dawn, you go ahead.
Oh, easily my favorite coaster is Lightning Rod and that's in Dollywood.
Okay.
That's what it's called, is Lightning Rod. That's probably gonna change next year in 2020 because I'm really looking forward to the RMC Gwazi down at Busch Gardens, Tampa. But for right now, my favorite is Lightning Rod at Dollywood.
You sound very serious about your coasters, man. I like it. And you too?
We're serious. I might be more serious than Cathy and Todd, but yeah, we're pretty serious.
That's awesome. Cathy, what about you?
Let me go ahead and tag off of Dawn because
we're not cheating, I promise.
We are not.
I don't know. We'll see what he says.
I was like scared to death to get on Lightning Rod, and I asked Dawn. I said, "Okay, do you think I can ride this thing?" Because I'm not like I love coasters, but I'm not crazy about the sheer drops or anything. Yeah. And you can handle it. It's nothing, So
the hill on it's not anything at all.
Yeah. Don't worry about it. So if I'm not mistaken, it was at night, right? First time we rode it.
Yeah.
And this thing goes up the side of a mountain, and you can't see what's on the other side. So
really?
Yeah.
Was this Dollywood? Did you say this was at Dollywood?
Yes, at Dollywood. So I get on this thing, and it was around Christmas time when we went, and I screamed my lungs out the whole time. But you know what? I got off, and I loved it. And I have to say that, and Cathy was yelling at Dawn the whole time. Oh my God, what did you do? What did you do? What'd you get caught on this ride for?
We hit that second hill and drop on it. It's like more intense than the first one. And I said,
and you are hauling right now. You are really going fast. And but I have to say, thank you, Dawn, as I told you before, because I have to say that is my favorite ride out of any park I've ever been to. I would have to say Lightning Rod, and I look so much forward to going back and getting on it again.
That's awesome. And
well, my favorite coaster is Lightning Rod, but my favorite ride is Haunted Mansion.
Points. Everybody in chat is clapping right now.
Yeah.
Hey, chat, welcome in. Hey, Dee, welcome in. Happy Easter, you guys popping in. I love those answers. That's fun. So I've not been to Dollywood. I'm actually a big fan of Dolly Parton. And don't get mad at me. Watch, chat's going to disappear right now. I don't like country music, but I love Dolly Parton. That's Dolly Parton. Really? Yeah. I live in Texas, and like people get mad at me. Like, I mean, I make fun of stuff because I'm talking out loud, and that's what I do. And country music is so target rich. But yeah, but I do love Dolly. She does some amazing things she does with the books, and I don't know if you guys know about that, but check it out if you don't. But my mom is a huge Dolly Parton fan because she actually likes people who yodel or whatever it is that Dolly's doing. So someday I've got to go with mommy to Dollywood because I just think we should. But anyway,
it's a really nice park.
It is.
People rave. Is Tennessee? Is it Tennessee?
Yeah. Pigeon Forge.
Pigeon Forge. A lot of unique rides. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Very cool. Very cool. And I feel like you guys both, I'll just ask it. next ride or next excursion adventure. There you go. That's the right word. Next adventure that you're most looking forward to. And you kind of led me there with you've got the, I don't remember what you said, but the next coaster that you're really excited about. No problem, Rosa. Love you being here. Have a good Easter.
What's our next excursion?
That you're most excited about, next thing on your bucket list that you want to do, whatever.
Well,
as far as trips, I mean, I've got the road trip, like I said, and I've never done a trip like that. Like most of the time when I'm staying a week somewhere, you go, you unpack, you stay there. So I'm a little anxious about how staying in one motel one night and then, you know, not unpacking, but driving to the next place and the next place and the next place. But we are hopefully, well, Todd and Cathy have other plans and they can tell you about that. But the weekend that Dollywood has a new expansion coming up, Wildwood Grove, that's supposed to open actually Mother's Day weekend. Mm-hmm. So hopefully part of Just Out and About will be there. I'm trying. But Cathy and Todd have a big trip coming up too.
We're actually right around the second week of May. We're heading back down to Disney. And Universal. So we'll be going to Universal for a couple of days first, and then we'll be switching. And we're actually staying at the Hard Rock Hotel, which is our favorite hotel on Universal by far. So thumbs up to the Hard Rock Hotel for anybody that's out there wondering about where to stay. It's a stone's throw from the front gate of Universal Studios. Nice. And very nice walk, a 5-minute walk. And then we're going to be heading over and going to Disney and staying there. We're staying at Animal Kingdom Lodge. We'll be bringing lots of video and new surprises, hopefully, from Disney. We're going to be visiting, of course, all four parks. And we're very well versed with each park and hope to bring some new content, some new food reviews, and this trip is going to be extra special. We're looking very forward to it.
But then I'm going to add to that, in June, we're heading down, and we're kind of all excited about this for a quick weekend. We're going down for Hagrid's, the new coaster.
Yeah, the beginning of the new coaster, So Dawn and Tyler will be joining us on that trip as well. So we'll be bringing a lot of, video feed from the coaster.
Love it.
And of course, all of Universal.
And then we're going to be crazy in September and try to get into Star Wars Land.
That's Todd and Cathy.
Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, of course, we're going to go to it and bring you some video from that, which is, we love the Halloween party. It's excellent. The park
isn't it great?
Beautiful,
Our 19-year-old son loves it. Absolutely loves it.
It's the best. I love it. I'm a Christmas guy. I love Christmas. I don't dislike Halloween. I love Halloween, but I like Christmas way more. Yeah, and we went to Mickey's Very Merry on purpose this year because I love the holidays and I wanted to see all the lights, and it was awesome.
But I guess we just missed you because we were down there for it too for the first time. It was
cool,
gorgeous. We took a resort tour, which was oh man, what can you say about all the resorts that are decorated for Christmas? It's gorgeous.
See, that's funny you say that. That was one of the things that I didn't do. I wanted to monorail hop. I wanted to see the Grand Floridian at Christmas and all of that. And this year we're going in October. I'll be there for opening day for. I'm gonna try to find Luke Skywalker, and then I'll be there in October with the family, and we won't be there for Christmas this year because I don't know. I feel like I'm supposed to be there for Christmas, but I also feel like that I can't go into debt. So it is what it is.
Oh, exactly. Yeah, put it on your bucket list to go to Wilderness Lodge. Make a special trip to Wilderness Lodge.
There's only one. Go to Wilderness Lodge.
To see their lobby is, that's our favorite resort at Walt Disney World is Wilderness Lodge. We've stayed there several times, and this past, I think it was November, we went down. We were lucky enough to be able to see it decorated for Christmas, and it was just it was dropping. Yeah, very beautiful.
I don't cry, and when I do, I don't admit it. But Christmas at Disney can tear me up, and that's like our style. Like I've not even been in Wilderness Lodge, the Grand California in California. We've got to hang out in and stuff. Not stay there. I walked in the lobby, but I really want to do that. You're not the first person to tell me how awesome it is. That it's their favorite. We became DVC, and their sales pitch was at Animal Kingdom, and how do you not get my money when zebras are walking by my window, right? But it sounds like, I just like that whole, I want a bear on the wall, I want wood everywhere. So I love Yosemite, so that's definitely my jam. So I'm
and they have like at nighttime, the crickets come out, and it's so peaceful, Of course, everything's kind of piped in, but not to. Of course, I don't want to kill the magic, but it's just they do everything to the T. It's totally amazing. Our whole experience every time we go to Wilderness Lodge, it's just that's where the magic is. I mean, it's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
You need to be on commission because you're selling me, and then I love that you said they pipe it in. I don't want the cricket on my feet. I just want to hear the cricket. That's perfect.
Well, believe me, you hear plenty of them.
Yeah, very
perfectly,
nice.
Kat. How are you? Welcome in. Yeah, Christmas at Disney is the best. Is right. Yeah, it's funny you say that they pipe it in. I was mentioning this last night too, but the little I didn't know what a light. I'm from Southern California. We don't have bugs that light up like Disney does. We're in Anaheim at Disneyland. And now I live here in Texas, and there's actually lightning bugs or whatever you call them. Yeah, and my wife freaks out. Like if there's some in our yard, she has to run out there and we have to look at them and stuff. And I'm like, yeah, but in Disney, I don't have to be in like 8,000% humidity to see them. So take me to the air condition of Disneyland any day.
Exactly.
So, all right. So part of my love for Disney is the food. And generally I ask people their favorite snacks, but I'm not going to know it outside of Disney. So I still want to hear from you guys. Let me ask it this way. Do you have favorite snacks at all of your places?
We do.
Okay. So favorite adventure, I got a bug attacking me, snack that you want to tell us to try. Or if your favorites at Disney, tell us that.
Favorite snack.
Well, of course, at Disney, my favorite snack is always just the original Mickey bar. It's you walk around. It's normally when you're at Disney, it's a little warm, and you want like a nice, cool, kind of sweet refreshment. And the Mickey bar does it for me. I love the chocolate and the vanilla, and it's just I like it when it's kind of melting and But Cathy's a little different than me with hers.
I have to go up. My favorite is outside of Disney. Sorry. It's butterbeer.
Yes, that's good.
Butterbeer. But behind that's Dole Whip. So.
What was that? I'm sorry, I talked over you. What was that?
But behind the butterbeer is Dole Whip.
Oh, thank you. I needed you to say that. I could have been Butterbeer Dad, but that's a whole different. I feel like, well, I'm not even going to say that.
That's great.
Save me. Next.
What about you, Dawn?
I honestly, y'all know, y'all've been with me. I honestly don't eat a lot. I don't get a lot of snacks.
Dawn's just always drinking water.
Dawn, you have a lot to learn about screwing up your life, man. What are you doing?
It's like most people that go with me, they tell me, they have to stop me and say, I had a friend. She was not just 100% theme park person, but she would go with me, and she would finally say, Dawn, my stomach is gnawing on my backbone. I'd like to eat. You have to stop riding and actually eat something. But as far as one of the things, I guess when I go to Disney, then I gotta have the Mickey pretzel. I like the Mickey pretzel, so I guess that would kind of be my answer. I want to make.
I like that answer, but I heard Dole Whip, but I know you didn't say it. So now at this point in the interviews, I usually ask about the other stuff in the Disney world, the movies and the songs. And so I love amusement parks, but part of what I love about Disney is that it's, oh boy, how do I say this? It's Disney. It reminds me of some of my favorite movies and songs and characters. And it's funny because when I tell people how much I love about Disney, the rides aren't my favorite thing. Now, that said, I love rides. I love going to amusement parks that aren't Disney, and I love rides. But I think maybe it's because I'm getting a little older. I like watching my kids do the rides, and I like, you know what I'm saying? I don't feel like I'm making the question feel right. But explain to me, like, your love for adventure isn't Disney. Disney is part of your love for adventure. Is that a fair way to say that?
Right.
All right.
So I guess how do I ask this? What is it about the rides that you guys love? How about that? Is that, I guess that's generic enough. What is it about rides that you guys that makes you drop your travel money, you know, just like I do?
I think I think what you're asking, like when I get on Space Mountain,
Again and again
and again and again and again. Yeah, Dawn's laughing because she knows that I like Bolt to Space Mountain. Space Mountain's my favorite ride.
It's a great one.
I just love the whole background behind it, and also it's because it's a classic, original Disney World ride. It's every time. When I first walk through the queue and I hear that music, it just, you know, it tears me up. I love the music. I love walking through the queue. I love the whole ride experience. And, you know, as soon as I get off, you know, and they just did like a little remake of the queue on the way out, which is pretty good. But instead of being on moving walkway, you actually have to walk now. But I would say Space Mountain is my, you know, it's my favorite ride at Disney, period. But it's just so much memories packed up in that ride. I can remember riding it with my mother and my father, and then when our son was very little, you know, the first time taking him on it, and then you're talking about the movies, going into the movies, you know, Tomorrowland, you know, that came out, which I don't think was too popular with the public. I loved it. I loved it. It was very popular with me. You know, of course, I think of that movie every time I get on, you know, Space Mountain. So that's my whole background with.
Todd, that was awesome. I work with kids, and Tomorrowland really hit it for me. Like I think what we're really good at as adults is crushing kids' dreams, and so I love that movie. But anyway.
Yeah, me too. Totally awesome.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you go back to the whole Disney thing in the movie, it's all like an experience. The whole, and rides become part of a movie, or a part of, you know, or you bring the movie to the park, or and then you bring in the food. It's all the Disney experience, and it becomes, you know, there are some people who go just for the rides, and they go from ride to ride to ride, but I think they miss it. You know, they miss interacting with the cast members, trading pins, you know, and it all just encompasses.
It does. Like the books, you know, plus we read books, you know, on like hidden secrets and everything that's, well, right. I think I'm a little bit more than Cathy, but, you know, and right now I'm reading a book about what could have been, about resorts and rides, and you know, I'm so encompassed by, you know, the whole Disney experience. Yeah. It's
we listen to podcasts and
yeah, the windows on Main Street. You know, it's just God, there's so much story behind Disney that you don't have at other parks. That, you know, it's just, you know, it's incredible, and it's ongoing. So much history.
Yeah, I love that too. And
I'm probably just a little bit. I mean, well, I am different than Cathy and Todd, but we all make a good team.
Yeah,
I'm the thrill ride person. I want adrenaline pumping.
That's what I was kind of trying to get you to say.
I want the adrenaline. I love the adrenaline rush. You know, add the tallest, how far, you know, and I do enjoy Disney. I just like Todd and Cathy says, and I guess when I do go to Disney, it's a little bit different because I mean, you know, like Cathy said, Haunted Mansion. I mean, it's not a thrill ride, but I absolutely love it. If you ask me what my favorite ride at Magic Kingdom, because I love the theme and everything to it.
Right.
But I guess I didn't go to Disney as often when I was younger. It was more of Carowinds, Busch Gardens, you know, with my parents. Now, I can say I do have a story from the Space Mountain, a memory with my dad. The first roller coaster I'd ever been on was Space Mountain, I think. You know, well, I say the first one, but I do remember getting on it. And as soon as you turn that little curve to go, you know, when it turns around the corner, I was 5 years old and I started yelling to my dad, I want off. Can you believe that? I actually wanted off the coaster. And he told me, it's too late now.
You ain't going anywhere.
I guess after that, it just broke me. But, you know.
I was going to say, and now look at you.
Now look at me. So I think, you know, a lot of people talk about getting older, you know, as we're all getting older. And, you know, people worry about getting old and, you know.
Better than the alternative.
I'm worried about, you know, like if I'm worried about anything, it's when the doctor tells me you can't ride roller coasters.
You reminded me of the story that I want to share now. So, and I've probably shared, if you're in a lot of my streams, you may have heard this already. So we adopted our first two kids. We have 4 daughters. We adopted the first 2. So we got them ready-made. They were 4 and 6. So Brittany, who is now the oldest, she was like 7, maybe she's 8. I don't know. She's young. And we were at Knott's Berry Farm, and Montezuma's Revenge was one of me and my dad didn't get along very well, but we did get along riding Montezuma's Revenge. And it's the simplest coaster ever. It goes fast, it goes in a loop, it goes high, it goes backwards in a loop. I mean, that's all it does. And I loved it. Me and my dad, one trip did it probably, I don't know, 12 times, 20 times, 100 times. I don't know what we did, but it was all we did. And it's a great memory. I loved it. So this is my daughter, who I adopted. She was our foster kid, and we adopted her. So this is our first roller coaster together. And I'm excited about it because I love this stuff. And she's sitting next to me, and it's just a 2-seater. And we go. And she's freaking the heck out the whole time. Like, she wanted to do it. And she's stressed out, and she's holding on to me in such a way that now I'm worried that she's going to go flying out of this thing because she's not sitting calm. So I've never been more stressed up to that moment in my whole life. Because I've done this ride. It's super fun. I know what's about to happen. And she's basically trying to get on top of me, and I don't want her to die. So at the end of the ride, I like, you know how you tense yourself up and you're moving around and it's like it's hard on you?
Yeah.
The first time in my whole life I felt old, honestly. So we get to the very, very end. It's over. I'm just glad she's not dead. I get to tell her mom, hey, she's not dead. And she says, I want to ride it again. I'm like, absolutely not. I need to go. It's like right now. I probably didn't do a roller coaster for like 2 years after that. I was so stressed out about how severe in my life on roller coasters. I have to go call her when we're done with this and remind her about that now. Anyway.
Tyler didn't have much choice. He was my only child. So, I mean, I told him, I said, you don't really have any choice. I mean, you're going.
You're going.
Love them.
My sister did the same on the Matterhorn once with my dad. I won't bore you with that whole story too, but not unlike with Brit. Well, whatever. It's another stupid, crazy story. But anyway.
Well, Tyler would be in tears. I mean, just in tears, you know, and the ride attendants, you know, checking the restraints or whatever.
Yeah.
And they're like, does he need to get off? And I was like, no, he's not.
He gets off, he's flying out. Yeah.
I was like, no, he's not getting off this ride until he rides it one time and he tells me he doesn't like it. So I had ride attendants probably think that I was that absolute worst mom ever.
Well, you know, with our son Brandon, you know, that's the other member of Just Out and About. Of course, Brandon's in his first year of college, so you don't see him that often now, but he is like I mean,
He would go jump out of an airplane if he could.
Yeah, I mean, anything. It's like,
In fact, a lot of the rides, even like Fury 325, he's just like,
yeah, he's like bored
Wow.
with.
He's
It's
bored
like,
with it,
he's
yeah.
like, yeah. So it's like, bring on the next, you know. So he would be, I think, a good astronaut.
or
There you
something.
go.
But he's actually interested in a career with Disney. So
I love it.
yeah,
And NASA's right down the road. Just go a little bit east.
that's exactly
You're
right.
right.
Yeah, he's right there.
Astronauts are some of my favorite people.
He
I've
might
been
like
looking
it, but I wouldn't like it if he went and got
I know, right? I don't think I want my kid being an astronaut either. That's scary stuff. Very
Yeah.
cool. Very cool. Well, we've got 8 more minutes. I want to stop hard at 7 o'clock Central, 8 o'clock your time. I think, Miguel, I don't know if you're still in here, but if Miguel is still in here, again, A Disney Life for Me goes live. They did confirm they're going tonight, so it's in 8 minutes. I'm definitely going to be heading over there. It's a lot of fun. It's their trivia channel. I'm good friends with them, so check them out. So we've got 8 more minutes. So mostly I'd like you guys to just promote what you've got. I didn't ask you about your Disney pin video because I've enjoyed this talk, and I really haven't asked you that many questions. I guess we got 3 of you, right? So I didn't need as long of a list, but you have a great Disney pin video that I wanted to ask you about. I wanted to ask you about Dumbo and Poppins and Lion King and, you know, some movies coming out, because I think you did a review on a movie. I might be confusing that, but really we've got 7 more minutes. What do you guys want to talk about? What do you want to promote on your channel? What do you want people to know about you that I wasn't smart enough to ask?
Well, basically, I guess to start out with, you know, what Dawn was talking about and what we were talking about, I think that's what makes us kind of click, is because Dawn and Tyler, you know, they'll do some different things and, you know, bring some different video feed in. Cathy and I will as well. We all have our own opinions on the parks. We kind of don't hold back, you know, as far as like when we do reviews, they're honest, you know.
I love that.
So I hope everyone realizes that whatever reviews we give, but I think that's what makes our team click, because we are different. And we have different likes and dislikes.
Well, not only that, but we have a love for parks, all parks in general, and we're not like just Disney. You know, there are those people that just, you know, Universal.
Yeah,
you know, it's just, you know, we're like, no, don't ask us which we like better, Disney or Universal.
Which one do you like better?
They're apples. They're apples and oranges. We like them both.
for very different reasons. It's and
they
Very
live different emotions and different. So
and I can walk into either park, you know, and like, you know, you said you'll tear up sometimes when you walk. And I'll do the same way. When I walk into Islands of Adventure and hear that music when you first walk through the gates, you know, that tears me up every time. When I walk into Disney and Magic Kingdom and see Cinderella's castle, you know, it always pulls at my heartstrings. But yeah.
And I know when we walk into Galaxy's Edge, I'm just going to.
Yeah, hopefully if we can walk into Galaxy's Edge within the next couple of years. But with that said, and as far as movies, we did see Mary Poppins. I was very taken by Mary Poppins personally.
I really liked it.
I loved the movie. I thought, oh God, what was her name? Emma.
Emily Blunt.
Yeah, what was her name?
Emily Blunt.
Emily. Oh yeah, Emily Blunt.
Emily Blunt, yes, I thought she did a most spectacular job.
She did.
You know, she really.
And that was hard shoes to jump into. That's for sure.
Yes, but I thought it was personally. I thought it was an incredible movie, a very nice addition, you know, to the original. I'm
looking forward to Aladdin.
Yeah, I cannot wait to see Aladdin.
I don't think there's many people looking forward to that one, but I am.
Yeah, I'm looking.
Oh man, in my little community, there's plenty. Trust me. Yeah, we
did not get to see Dumbo as of yet, but I look forward to that. I'm looking forward to seeing the new Adventures movie that's coming out. Yeah, Endgame.
If you can't find me Thursday night, I can tell you where you can find me. I'll be
exactly. Yeah, we're very excited about that. So and there's rumors of other movies out there that are coming up that I hope become true. But my favorite.
I also say that we need to add some movie reviews to our channel. Then
we do. Yeah. We really do.
Movies that you guys see that I don't see. I'm not that big on movies, but I am going to see The Lion King in the theater.
Yeah. I'm definitely looking forward to that one.
We need to add some movie reviews, guys.
Yep. Star Wars
content creation right here.
Right here.
Yeah, I'm excited for The Lion King and Episode 9. I'm a big Star Wars nut, so that's going to be.
Yeah, we are.
It's a good year. With just those two movies alone, it'd be a great year. And there's all this other stuff, Aladdin, and so many. I mean, I didn't love Dumbo, but Dumbo. I loved Mary Poppins as a kid. That it was very good. So yeah, it's been a good year, and that's just Disney. There's a bunch of other good movies out there too.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys have been fun. This went insanely fast. Like I always think this at the end, and I think it's because we have 3 of you, which is awesome. But we're gonna need like 12 more hours. I think. I didn't even barely look at my list of questions. I don't even know why I bothered with my list of questions, but I hope you guys had fun. I hope we added a whole bunch of subscribers to you guys. If you haven't already, guys in chat, go check them out. I think that we're probably going to get a lot of replays. Maybe I'm just being arrogant, but it is Easter evening, but we did have a nice group in here tonight, and I really appreciate it. And again, in less than 3 minutes, Disney Life for me is going to have their trivia going. It's a lot of fun. I'm no good at it, but I love it. And I hope you guys go check it out. And I hope you guys had fun tonight. So in your last minute and a half, anything you want to add, anything you want to tell anybody about your channels, anything you want to say, anything at all?
Well, I do want to say, guys, I know the time flew by with 3 of us, so I understand it goes quick. We did a questions and answers. We've had one question and answer. We had so many questions that we've had to do it in 2 parts. So I've got the questions. There's one video that's already out that's from a few weeks ago that we answered some of the questions together. And we've got some more to do. So anybody, if there's anything that you want to ask, message us, or we'll put it, we'll put it in our next. We enjoy doing that question and answer.
Yeah, the questions coming. We actually answered some from Universal.
Yeah.
Some of the questions, we were at Universal and we answered them there. So yeah, bring on some new questions. So when Dawn and Tyler are doing their tour of the parks up north, they can answer some. And Cathy and I are at Universal and Disney coming up soon. We would love to answer your questions there as well. So bring them on.
Send them an email or comment on one of our videos, or private DM on Instagram, any of that.
Yeah.
However they want to send them.
Yeah, that was awesome.
It is fun. I think that what I'm hearing you guys say is you like interacting with your community that you've built, and I can tell that you care. And you guys are fun. And I said it when I started, and it's probably a great way to end it. You guys just ooze how much fun you're having. And I say it every time, I love the family-friendly aspect of channels, and you guys clearly have that. And so I just want to say thank you for having a cool channel that I enjoy, and thanks for coming on tonight. And especially thanks for spending an hour of your Easter with me and a few of us here in chat. And I guess again, I'm going to let you end with it, but I just want to say thank you, and I really love your channel. Again, Pirate Princess Red and my other mods have been putting in your links. If you haven't already, the links should be in the description of the video. I had a little trouble with it, so when I'm done, I'm going to make sure it's there. If it's not, I'll copy and paste it, put it over there, but I'm pretty sure it's there. But get over there to their channel, give them some love, and don't just hit the subscribe button, but do that. But watch their videos. You're going to fall in love with it. I want to especially say a thanks to the Crazy Pop, because he came to support you guys, and that was she, they.
Yeah,
so I appreciate that.
Thanks, bud.
And I think that's really cool. So I'll leave it to you. Happy Easter. Thanks so much. I'll say goodbye to chat when you're done saying whatever you 3 want to say. I'll stop the broadcast, and then I'll thank you off air too, if that's okay. But the floor is yours, all 3 of you, if you want to say anything again, and then we'll say goodnight.
Just thanks everybody for joining us. Thanks for the ones who follow us, who's been following our adventures. And if you're new to us from this, then welcome. We love interacting and love meeting new people.
Yeah, let us know what you would like to see that's around us. Any questions you have, ask them. We'll try to make it to where you want us to be, and we'll definitely love to get answer questions, so we can answer those as well.
Thank you all. And this is, you can't imagine how we feel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's great.
Yeah.
And we look forward to bringing you much more content. Just help us to let us know what you would like to see, and we'll try our best to bring it to you.
Well, I love that, and I'll answer for everybody. We just want to see more of you guys having fun, but I'll let them send in the comments. So you guys in chat, thanks for being here. Go over, play some trivia with them. Let them know that I'll be over there in a little bit. I really have a lot of packing to do, but I'd rather go play, so I'll be there with you guys. Thanks to my mods. Happy Easter, and go do something awesome for somebody. Appreciate you guys being here. You guys don't leave anywhere but chat. I'm going to say goodbye to you guys now. Happy Easter. Thanks for being here. Bye-bye.
Bye. Happy
Bye.
Easter.
Happy Easter.